In this video, we talk about implementing Ethernet virtual LAN. Assuming the port F02 of Cisco SW2 had been configured as a chunk port, what do you need to do to get the PC to communicate with the file server in the network? As you can see, the switch that is connected to the PC is an unmanaged switch. Therefore, in order to make the chunk port here to communicate with the unmanaged switch, we have to configure VLAN 10 as the native VLAN on the chunk port F02 of Cisco SW2. However, there's another option is to configure the port F02 instead of the chunk port. We're gonna make it the access port to VLAN 10. So the answer for this question are A and C. You can find the detailed explanation for this question in the video. VLAN and VLAN chunking configuration and verification. What is special about native VLAN frames in 802.1q protocol? So in 802.1q protocol, we have the concept of native VLAN, and when the native VLAN frames go across a chunk link, 802.1q does not tag a chunk header to the native VLAN frames. Therefore, the answer for this question is A. You can find the detailed explanation for this question in the video. 802.1q VLAN chunking protocol. How many IP subnets do we need in this network? As you know, we have to create an IP subnet for each VLAN. And in this network, we have VLAN 10 and VLAN 20, and also a hidden default native VLAN, which is VLAN 1. Therefore, we have to create 3 subnets in this network. So the answer for this question is C. You can find the detailed explanation for this question in the video. Collision domain and broadcast domain. Assuming you have already connected to the Cisco SW2 and get to the interface configuration mode of the port that connects to the AP, which is this port, what command you will issue to make it an access port in VLAN 20? To make this port an access port in VLAN 20, we need to issue the command switch port access VLAN 20. So the answer for this question is B. You can find the detailed explanation for this question in the video. VLAN and VLAN chunking configuration and verification. Assuming Cisco SW2 has manufacturer configuration and you are at the configuration mode, what is the first command you will issue to create VLAN 2000? As we know, VLAN 2000 is the extended VLAN. In order to create the extended VLAN, we have to either turn off the VTP mode or set it as the transparent mode, and the default manufacturer configuration mode for VTP is the server mode, which prevents us from creating the extended VLAN. Therefore, the first command we need to issue in this question is either B or C. You can find the detailed explanation for this question in the video. VTP and extended VLAN. What can you tell about the port E00? As you can see, the screenshot is a portion of the show VLAN command, and from the screenshot we see that the port E00 belongs to both VLAN 10 and VLAN 20, which means the switch port access VLAN and switch port voice VLAN have been issued on the port. So the answers for this question are C and D. You can find the detailed explanation for this question in the video. Voice VLAN. How do you configure to only allow VLAN 10 to access the file and the web servers? VLAN 20 can only access the internet. First of all, we notice that the file and the web server belongs to VLAN 100. So this question requires us to block traffic from one VLAN to another VLAN, or actually blocking the traffic from one subnet to another. Let's look into this network diagram. When the PC needs to access the file or the web server, it has to send the frame to the router. The router will eject the frame in VLAN 10 to get the data and repackage the data into a new frame in VLAN 100 and forward it to either the file server or the web server. The same process applies to the frame in VLAN 20, which means to block the traffic from VLAN 20 to VLAN 100, we have to do it in the router, not the switch. Therefore, the answer for this question is D. You can find the detailed explanation for this question in the video. Troubleshooting VLANs and VLAN chunks.